Good evening, Raider baseball fans, and welcome to some Friday night baseball here on SHN Sports. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one and only Mr. Jonathan Kaspar as the Raiders are hosting the Timberwolves from Cedar Park High School. Jonathan coming off of a extra inning game on Tuesday night where the Raiders and the Timberwolves were going at it for 7 solid scoreless innings.
Yes, sir, and emphasize the extra inning, not innings. luckily, we were able to cut that one shy of a 13-inning marathon as we had only 2 weeks before, or week before, on that Tuesday night with Hayes, and then of course also Cedar Park against Leander on their Tuesday night game, going 15 innings. So yeah, just was a great game. Just really a battle of offense, or defense. Good pitching on both sides. Not a lot of stringing hits together. Right, a lot of guys left on base on both sides of the field. Not a ton of errors. I mean, a decent amount of walks in the game. And that's obviously what's going to hurt you, right, Michael?
Cedar Park had the winning run in the bottom of the seventh at third base with one out.
Yes.
And Raiders able to get out of the jam. Colby Driscoll comes in on relief from Jack Doss there with no, actually it was it was with one out, right?
Yes.
And he manages to get Raiders out of the inning without that run getting to the plate.
Yeah, Doss went 6 1/3, and Coach went ahead and pulled him. And Jack, what a great outing for again, as I mentioned, a true freshman, as if he was in college, a freshman, just freshman, not true. Everybody's a true freshman. But yeah, no, he had a great performance, and maybe is going to find himself more in that starting role.
Regular starter, right?
So we'll just have to see. Coach has been changing and playing around with a few things, trying to work the leadoff spot. So we'll see Connor Thompson there again tonight, and really looking forward to that at home, getting his first start in the leadoff spot at home. So
Cedar Park comes into tonight 6-12 in district or overall, and 3-4 in district play. They're coached by Ben Huffman. He's in his first year as the Timberwolves, but his fifth year as a head coach with 91 career wins. He's assisted by Jaime Perez, Brendan McCarthy, and Alan Merrow. Their 2024 record was 28-8 overall and 12-2 in district play. They were regional quarterfinalists where they were eliminated by your Rouse Raiders. They have 4 returning starters. The Rouse Raiders come into tonight 14-6-2, 5-2 overall. They're in district play. Head coach Chad Crimpine, he's in his 24th year with 529 career wins. He's assisted by Manny Perez, Drew David, and Will Noble. Their 2024 record was 34-10, 10-4 in district play, and state semifinalists with 4 returning starters. Jonathan, you want to go over the scores from Tuesday night throughout the district action?
Be more than happy to, Mr. Francis. So game 1, Glenn versus Liberty Hill series. Liberty Hill winning 10-8 in a really close one there on a Tuesday night at home.
Actually, I got that wrong. That should be 10-0.
Oh, 10-0.
Yeah, 10-0.
Okay, and then
I didn't catch that. I thought I typed in a 0. Those are tonight's games.
Tonight's Friday.
Yeah.
Woo! Tuesday night. So Rouse again. We did go into an extra inning into the 8th, and that's where Rouse was able to turn on the Jets and really put together a great inning of work and posting 6 runs to obviously show the 6-0 win. But that's the illusion there that it was a big win early. But no, it was a 6 runs all in 1 inning of work, or half an inning of work. Hayes takes down Lockhart in Lockhart 15-7. And then Lehman, the battle of the 1 winners of the season, takes down Leander 6-4. So that's Lehman's second win. Of course, that now brings us to...
That's not true. You'll see this.
Or is that Lockhart was Lockhart was the one.
Lockhart and Leander.
Lockhart and Leander are the ones that Leander Lions. But again, standings here, 25-5A, still sees Liberty Hill sitting atop at 7-0. Followed closely by us, Rouse, at 5-2, and then Kyle, Lehman, and Buda Hayes also come in at now 4-3, so they have come out of that 4-way tie that there was for third. with 4-3, and then Glenn and Cedar Park both at 3-4, followed by Lockhart and the Leander Lions at 1-6.
Well, the umpires have finally made it, and the cold front has finally blew in.
Feels great.
It's so humid and balmy throughout the day today. And
just a little bit of rain earlier today. Not all of that what they predicted was supposed to come in. And
we didn't get a drop in Leander.
Yeah, I got roughly about 30 seconds worth of a hard downpour at the house, and that was it. Not even enough to register.
Really? I didn't get nothing, and we just live less than half a mile apart from each other.
We do, and yeah, I got literally. I heard it was like, whoa, hitting the roof and the deck outside, and as I work from home, and yeah, that's all we got. But like I said, it wasn't even enough to really register in the rain gauge. So
yeah, wind blowing from left to right out of the north, but it's a beautiful evening here. You got some beautiful clouds here in the sky here at Raider Field. The coaches are now meeting with the umpires at home plate, and we will be getting underway here shortly.
Yes, sir. And, you just, as the old saying goes, wait around and the weather will change here in Texas. You never know what you're going to get. And, we again have the shift as we've had these massively high-winded games here as of late and traditionally moving right to left field on our field, blowing straight across, and now we get that little bit of a reverse and coming back from left to right, as Michael mentioned, and changes things up a little bit,
Just a little bit. Looks like we got a different umpiring crew here tonight than what we had Tuesday.
Kevin, my man Kevin, is going to be here and behind home plate. So
hopefully he's better than the guy we had Tuesday.
Yeah, Kevin does a great job. If Caden's listening, Kevin and him always had this love-hate relationship, but they really, as they got older, Caden remembers him at a younger age and just really not liking him at all against lefty batters. And really, as he got older, he saw that it was not necessarily Kevin as much as it was maybe Caden. So
the dulcet tones of Don Miller on the PA giving out the pregame spiel from the Leander Independent School District.
Yes, sir. We'll have to we haven't gotten our annual picture here. We'll have to wait until he's maybe later in the day. I'll put it onto your phone and then we can send it out.
There you go.
We always like to get our little press box photo for the year.
Michelle Nelson checking in. Let's go Raiders.
Hey, chat's working early.
Yeah, chat's working tonight. Not going to make that mistake. Don't want anybody accusing us of being intoxicated or on prescription drugs.
Maybe that's what that was all about. Yeah, those that didn't tune into Tuesday night's game we're like, man, nobody's really telling us what's going on in the chat and nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden he turned it off, turned it back, and I was like, oh, look at there. There's about 100 people that have chimed in. And
all right. With that being said, we've got the lineups. For Cedar Park, leading off will be number 3, Bryce Schneider in center field. He will be followed by the designated hitter, number 31, Cooper Camacho. He will be hitting for the starting pitcher, number 6, Griffin Giltrap. Batting third will be the second baseman, number 24, Hudson Cuevas. Batting fourth will be the third baseman, number 5, Kyle McClure. Batting fifth will be the first baseman, number 14, Damian Alonzo. Batting sixth will be the shortstop, number 8, Owen Mansfield. Batting seventh will be the right fielder, number 17, Cayenne Cotharia. Batting eighth will be the left fielder, number 13, Tanner Richardson. And rounding out the order will be the catcher, number 7, Brandon Washburn. For Rouse, leading off will be the center fielder, number 6, Connor Thompson. Batting second will be the second baseman, number 12, Christian Caro. Batting third will be the shortstop, number 7, Jacob Solis. Batting fourth will be the first baseman, number 9, Mason Gonzalez. Batting fifth will be the designated hitter, number 11, Andrew Sanchez. He will be hitting for the starting pitcher tonight, number 33, Carter May. Batting sixth will be the right fielder, number 27, Adolfo Arribes. Batting 7th will be the catcher, number 21, Carson Pruitt. Batting 8th will be the left fielder, number 3, Adrian Graves. And rounding out the order will be the third baseman, number 1, Scott Knight. We're going to take a moment for the national anthem. We want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. We will be right back in just a moment. It's baseball time in Texas as we are ready to get underway here at Raider Field. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Mr. Jonathan Kaspar. And it is baseball time, Jonathan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ready to bring you another game, district game number 8, game number 2 between Cedar Park and your Rouse Raiders. And they are no stranger to each other. These two teams with a lot of history over not just regular season, but the playoffs, year in and year out, always seeming to find each other as we have, gosh, what is that? 5 years in a row, I think.
Mm-hmm.
5 years in a row finding each other in the playoffs in the round 3, you know?
Defensively for the Raiders, number 33, Carter May on the mound. Behind the plate, number 21, Carson Pruitt. At first base, number 9, Mason Gonzalez. At second, number 12, Christian Caro. At third, number 1, Scott Knight. At short, number 7, Jacob Solis. In left field, number 3, Adrian Graves. In center field, number 6, Connor Thompson. And in right field, number 27, Adolfo Arribes. Due up for the Timberwolves in the first, Bryce Schneider, Cooper Camacho, and Hudson Cuevas. Nona checking again. You can do it again, Raiders.
No.
Be sure and hit update. Look, we're still showing from the scores from the other night. Our fans are checking in, Jonathan, saying that still showing the final score from Tuesday night.
The greatness of what was Tuesday night.
Yeah,
it's all good.
And the fact that you still had the standings earlier still up, and they let us know that was happening too.
Yes, yes. Appreciate.
So we do have the chat line. We do have the chat line open. Give us a shout out. Let us know who your favorite team or player is, and let us know where you're listening in from, and we'll give you a shout out over the air. We want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Yeah.
Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button, and if you want to be notified when we do go live, hit that notification bell.
Yeah. Right. Let's see if Carter May can continue what he did on his Friday night game against Hayes.
Bryce Schneider comes to the plate. May from the windup. First pitch, breaking ball in for a strike, and we are underway.
And does not start him with the heat. Actually brings the breaking pitch, backing off Bryce Schneider to the tune of a strike call.
The 0-1. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2.
establishing both sides of the plate early is Carter May. That was as far inside as you can get and far outside as you can get.
The 0-2, that's outside for ball one. 1-2, the count to Schneider. Cooper Camacho on deck. The 1-2 pitch, that is cut on and hit to short. Solis has it. The throw to first in time, and that will retire Schneider for out number one. 6-3 on the putout.
All right. First time's a charm. I got it on the play.
Way to go.
We'll see. Long game ahead of me. We'll see if we can continue that.
Nona says my favorite is Rouse first baseman Mason, Mr. Mason Gonzalez.
Yes.
That pitch fouled off, back out of play for strike one. Kathleen says he's killing it, Miss Nona. Hudson Cuevas on deck. The 0-1, that's way outside for ball one, and that'll even things up.
Question is, does Nona call him Big Gonzo or Little Gonzo?
Yeah.
Or does he have some other nickname that we really, really would love to know about?
The 1-1 pitch, fastball cut on and fouled back against the net. 1-2 the count to Camacho. 1-2 pitch, that's outside for ball two. 2-2.
Checking out the crowd, seeing what we've got here.
It'll fill in more as the game goes along. That pitch outside for ball three, and the count goes full.
Got ahead of him quick, and
I have a beautifully decorated baseball that Christina Diaz has made for me. Payoff pitch. This is cut on and hit out to left. This will go foul as Adrian Graves was on his horse to get to it.
He gave chase and gave a great effort there.
He didn't miss it by much. He was moving really quick.
And good jump on that one, and just again hoping the wind to push that maybe a little bit closer to him, but not quite that strong right now. Thank goodness.
Breaking ball outside for ball four, and Camacho will draw the walk. That'll bring up the second baseman, Hudson Cuevas.
Yeah, set himself up for a double play here for the defense and get out of this inning and get that bats rolling and rolling early. Would be nice.
One on with one out as May goes to the stretch. He comes set, first pitch. Wow. Fastball just out of the zone for ball one. That fastball.
A little high.
Man, no, it wasn't either. That was a strike. Both
Cuevas
those pitches
short.
were strikes.
Cuevas is a short guy.
Both of those pitches were strike. Ain't that right, Kathleen? Kathleen agrees with me, so you're on the outs, Jonathan. 2-0 the count.
That's why I sit in the corner of the press box, in my little chair over here.
May feigns a throw over to first, and Camacho dives back in safely, but there's no throw over, so.
He fooled him.
Yeah. 2-0 the count. Breaking ball. This is cut on, hit foul down the third baseline. Knight will play it, but it'll just end up being a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Mr. Cuevas. Kyle McClure on deck. May come set. The 2-1. This is fouled back
Fouled
for
back.
strike 2, and that will even things up.
Nicely. Again, see if we can induce a little ground ball here. Similar to that last swing that went foul, so we'll see if we can.
Turn 2
Yeah.
is Castradamus calling for a inning double play right here. This is cut on and hit into left, and this will be a base hit. Camacho rounds second, will head back to second.
Got the ground ball, just not at close enough to a defender to be able to play it, as that was right through the middle.
Between Knight and Solis.
Yeah, nobody had a shot on that one. Yeah, we still got the double play in the cards, so my prediction has not quite worn out its welcome yet.
I want to give a shout out to a friend of mine listening tonight for the first time, Cherie Stover. We go to church together.
Well, hello, Miss Stover. Great
pitch
to
high
have
and
you.
inside for ball 1 to McClure.
Welcome to the broadcast.
Coach Krimp is calling time.
Quick, just a little mental reset here for Carter May. Sure, it's going to be just approach and, where the position's at, making sure he's looking at this and probably just maybe even setting up a little something defensively. Maybe the hidden ball trick. No, he's already on the mound. He can't do that. Yeah. Just holding the resin bag, instead of the actual baseball.
1-0 the count to McClure. The pitch. That is cut on and hit over to second.
Still had time.
Carl misplays it, but could have turned 2, but he was able to still get the out.
Yeah.
At first base. That will go 4-3 on the put out of McClure for out number 2.
You can't fault him for doing what he did, right? He doesn't want to necessarily run the risk that he doesn't have the amount of time and just make sure to get the one out, right? And bring it to 2. That still enables them to get the play here, third out, get out of the inning. And
that'll bring up Damian Alonso. Alonso will take for ball 1. Cherie says, hey, y'all are doing a great job. Well, thank you for checking in, Cherie. Glad to have you with us. Owen Mansfield on deck. The 1-0. That's fouled as he chases one upstairs.
Yeah, he almost got, it was wild. It looked like he was just going to let that go and then swung really late. Offered at that very
late. Tall too, though.
Yeah, he is. And maybe he's like, no, it's no good. Yeah, it is. And Carter's like, no, it wasn't. Thank you for swinging.
Pruitt gives the sign. The 1-1. Breaking ball in there for strike 2.
That was pretty.
That had a lot of breaking.
That had a lot of movement. Almost starting at the chest of Alonso and right over the middle.
Camacho extends his lead at third. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball outside for ball 2. That will even things up at 2.
That had to
Deuce is wild for Alonso.
Yeah, that had to look really good for a while, but he does not offer at it.
2 strikes, 2 out, but 2 on. He's got a handful of deuces.
Quad deuces, huh?
Yeah, 4 of a kind.
I'll take that to the bank all day long.
The 2-2, that's down and away for ball 3, and the count works full.
All right, let's see him challenge him here.
Sonny Zapata in the house with A to Z Sports, taking pictures tonight.
Yes, he is.
Well, it's got some ominous clouds coming in.
That's what the Cedar Park game announcer was talking about. That late is when we're supposed to get them. Hopefully they hold
The
out.
payoff pitch, that gets by Pruitt for ball 4. Camacho holds up as Pruitt was quickly up.
Yeah, he thought twice about it, and then, of course, Cuevas took off as soon as he saw Camacho, and he was actually half to 3/4 of the way towards third before he turned around and scampered back, and no throw from Pruitt.
That will load the bases for the Timberwolves as Owen Mansfield comes to the plate.
So anywhere is a closest bag to you. Get the third out and get out of the inning.
Pitch high and outside for ball 1. May goes back to the windup with bases loaded. Fastball in for a strike. Cayenne Catharia on deck. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball.
Okay.
Gets top of the zone for a strike.
It was a real delayed call there, Michael. I was like, come on, Kevin.
Well, it was a little bit, I thought it was a little bit high, but.
Well, that one was definitely lower than the ones that were called balls earlier. And so I was like, I was talking him up early, man. He's going to let me down if he doesn't call that strike.
Oh, there's the Peacocks.
There's the Peacocks have made it.
The Peacocks are in the dugout.
The Peacocks travel. Yeah.
The 1-2.
There it is.
For strike 3, and May works himself out of the bases loaded jam to end the Cedar Park first. They get no runs on 1 hit. They leave them loaded, and on to the bottom we go. We're scoreless here at Raider Field. Due up for the Raiders in the first, Thompson, Caro, and Solis. Defensively for the Timberwolves on the mound, number 6, Griffin Giltrap. I keep wanting to say Gilstrap, but it's not Gilstrap, right?
Giltrap.
Giltrap. Behind the plate, number 7, Brandon Washburn. At first base, number 14, Damian Alonzo. At second base, number 24, Hudson Cuevas. At third base, number 5, Kyle McClure. At short, number 8, Owen Mansfield. In left field, number 13, Tanner Richardson. In center field, number 3, Bryce Schneider. And in right field, number 17, Cayenne Catharia.
Yeah, and obviously defensively for Cedar Park, we see Kyle McClure, who actually was the starting pitcher for Game 1 Tuesday night, moved over, re-entered the game as Damian Alonzo came in to pitch, and in comes McClure back from the bench and filled in at first base, and now we actually see him at third base tonight. So, man of many talents here as he goes from pitcher to first over to third in this game, and it looks like we already have a little activity going on in the Raider bullpen.
I think Carter May is just throwing some extra pitches there in the.
He is, and we do have Cooper Dot. No, that is not. I apologize. That is actually Colby. Driscoll also starting to get loose. Again, just getting loose now as you see a little bit of a, bases loaded, putting a few guys on, walking and what have you. You don't want to see that, and would love to see him settle in and do very good.
He didn't hear you.
No, he didn't hear me. I was one of the 2023 grads from Cedar Park's dad just walked through there, Mr. Harvey, Jackson Harvey's dad, and he's got his younger son.
And I wish y'all could see this baseball that Christine Diaz made for him.
Christina Diaz. Camera, you could see it.
Made for me. Well, maybe between the innings. First pitch from Giltrap in for a strike. 0-1 to Connor Thompson. Christian Caro on deck. That pitch just a bit out of zone for ball one.
Looked pretty close, but squeaks off the plate.
The 1-1 pitch.
Ooh.
Gets the outside corner for strike two. Kind of a 3/4 arm slot.
Yes, sir.
Coming out of his windup. That is cut on and hit over to short. That'll be played by Mansfield to throw to first in time. And that will do it for Thompson. One away for Christian Caro.
And again,
Nona says, show us. I'll show you.
Yeah, I think we could do that. We just got to get it a little bit not right on top of the camera.
In the half inning. That pitch outside for ball one to Caro. Caro batting from the left side, righty-lefty matchup. Jacob Solis on deck. That pitch way inside for ball two.
Yeah, just a little too much over the cross, over his body there. Started on the inside and worked even further inside. Is Caro able to back away?
The 2-0. That gets the outside corner for strike one. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Ooh,
oh my goodness, that was some kind of nasty right there.
That was the pitch right there, and
right,
looked like it was gonna keep traveling in, and it actually had a little late tail and kept itself in the strike zone.
That pitch, just misses the outside corner for ball 3.
A little high, a little outside, but very close. You're right, and bringing the count to full now.
That is fouled off.
Staying alive.
Oh, look at Solis helping out his on-deck fielding percentage. Let's see what other made-up stats we can come up with, John. Payoff pitch, that one fouled back and out of play.
Just spoil out. Look at this, all the way to the other side. He's like, I'm going to leave the bat on the ground for this one. Go running. He's getting his steps in.
I know.
Look at that. Solis.
Solis 2 for 2 on his on-deck fielding percentage.
I still like the coach's box and the
payoff pitch. Man,
he is just battling.
Battling up there, and that would have been a strike had he not swung at it.
Yeah, I like the dugout percentage, fielding percentage.
Yeah, the dugout fielding percentage, the coach's box fielding percentage. The batter's box fielding.
We created that one earlier this year. And then the umpire fielding percentage. We don't want to see that one.
Again, this is fouled off.
Yeah, he's like, now I need all them balls.
And unlike the umpire at College Station who misplayed
he did
umpire fielding percentage, and he got hot and he got hit in the woo.
Yeah, so honestly, folks, you want that to
put him on the ground because he misplayed it.
There it is.
Pitch outside for ball 4, and Caro will draw the walk.
And that, folks, is what you can do when you are a scrappy batter, and you can just continually foul off. Either if you're not going to have a good solid drive on it, foul off those great pitches over and over again, and just try to wait until something you can handle, or get that final ball and get a little free bag.
Veronica Arnold checking in. Go Raiders.
Yes, ma'am.
The Arnolds and the Diazes and Momo and Popo. Long connection to Rouse Raider baseball. Great people. That pitch way outside. Ball 1. Mason Gonzalez on deck. Nona.
Brandon Washburn doing a great job of getting to that ball as it was almost behind the lefty batter's box.
The 1-0, that's low and then outside for ball 2. So we have a anchors event for our 60s and up potluck on Sunday, Jonathan. And I mentioned that I make a pretty mean banana pudding, and Cherie wrote me into making banana pudding for the potluck.
I love me some banana pudding.
Oh,
I'll
I can make some banana.
I'll tell you what. I'll trade you your banana pudding for my dirt cake.
Oh, okay. This is cut on and hit out to right
Wind blowing,
field.
wind blowing.
Wind blowing. Cayenne Catharia able to get to it for out number 2.
Just a really, really long out. And I'll tell you what, defensively, we've seen a lot of great things from Cayenne Catharia. He did a great job Tuesday night of running down several balls that were just so windy, right? We were talking about making fun of that no longer being called Cedar Park and it was called Chicago.
Yeah, because it was so windy.
Because it was so windy. And
new batter. 2, you got 2 count? He's got a 2 ball count? Gonzalez stands in. He takes for ball 1.
He's got a 1 ball count now.
Yeah. Andrew Sanchez on deck. Swing and a miss for strike 1. That'll even things up.
Looked like he was all over that Mason until the bottom actually dropped out from underneath his swing and comes up empty.
The 1-1 pitch from Giltrap. That's inside for ball 2. So looking forward to that event on Sunday at church.
Sounds like a grand time.
The 2-1. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2.
All right.
That will even things up at 2.
Once again, see if we can just stay alive in this at bat, fouling off, or wait until you get something you can handle and let's see it.
I do smell a little bit of rain in the air. Gonzalez will call time. All right, Nona, we need to work some of that magic here.
Throw some juju at him, Nona.
On some big gonzo. Throw over to first, not in time. As Caro dives back in safely. Giltrap comes set. And the pitch. This is hit out to right. This could be over his head, and this hops. One hops the fence. Caro rounds third. He's headed for home.
Oh, I would have ran into him, Carr. Gosh. Christian actually had to hesitate rounding third because McClure ran right in front of him. He hesitated and then continued, but ended up having to get called back by coach. He should have ran smack into him, and he would have been awarded home.
Gonzalez.
Oh, sorry.
Gonzalez with the double. We'll put runners at second and third for Andrew Sanchez. Nona says, I'm trying. And, of course, Coach Grimpine arguing interference, but the umpire not buying it.
Well, were they watching? That's the problem. And you know, it's not their fault. That's not something that they're necessarily going to be keeping an eye on, especially when there's a potential play at second base. So your field umpire is going to be watching that, and Kevin at home plate should be watching the runner rounding third.
Notice that I did it.
She did. Yes, she did.
The pitch from Giltrap, that will get the top of the zone for strike 1.
Of course, Andrew Sanchez opened up the scoring Tuesday night for the Raiders in the 8th whenever he was able to bring in what should have been 2 runs, but only having 1 out.
I did talk to Coach about that. I'll give you an explanation here in just a minute. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Sanchez quickly in an 0-2 hole. Adolfo Arribes on deck. The 0-2 pitch. That's outside for ball one.
Good eye. Good job not chasing on that outside pitch.
Washburn set up way outside.
He did. And again, they're, if they can get away with it, definitely stay out of his power area for Andrew Sanchez, which is normally going to be on that middle to inner half of the plate.
Well, there's a huge gap in left center. That pitch outside for ball two.
So they're just seeing if they can bait him into a swing and miss. And again, just staying away. I would not suspect that they will challenge him, at least not intentionally, on the inner half of the plate.
Boy, and you got a huge gap up the middle, too. This is hit over to short. Mansfield has it. The throw to first in time, and that will do it for the Raiders. 6-3 on the putout of Sanchez to end the Raider first. They get no runs on one hit. They leave two, and after one inning, we're scoreless here at Raider Field. So I got to show this baseball.
Hang on,
here.
let me do this.
Jonathan will take it out in front of the camera. I'm afraid reaching out in front of it would be too blurry, so Jonathan's going to make his way out there, and it's totally bedazzled with these beads that Christina put on it. It took her quite a while to make this. She had been working on it for several weeks.
Okay.
Hold on. He went to commercial, so I've got to skip it. All right, there we go. Oh, there you go. Now I'm looking over here. Yeah, they'll see it in just a minute. We're seeing the lag. There we go. Yeah. So it's coming up. Yep. Get the Rouse R's on it. Yep. That's really cool. Thank you, Christina, for this precious gift. Now, Nona says that's beautiful. Christina worked very hard on that.
Picnic table.
You up for the Timberwolves, Kyan Catharia, Tanner Richardson, and Brandon Washburn. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ball.
So one of the guys was asking, "Is that edible?" It's really good. I said, "I don't know. I'm suspecting no."
Good luck biting into it. Carter May from the windup.
But I was told it could melt, so not to leave it in the heat.
That pitch outside or inside for ball one. Well, no, in for a strike. And that will even it up. I'll bet you it's dropped 20 degrees or more since the game started.
Yeah, it was sticky earlier today with that little rain.
The 1-1 pitch. This is cut on and hit over to third. Knight has it. The throw to first in time, and that will do it for Catharia. 5-3 on the putout. That'll bring up Tanner Richardson, the left fielder.
Ooh, I did it again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got it.
I got
it. You go. Look at you go. Michelle Nelson says, "How cool is that?" Cherie says, "Awesome." Ooh, that pitch gets the outside corner for strike one.
Pretty pitch. Just squeezed in there.
The 0-1, that's down and away for ball one, and that will even things up.
I think the weather's just trying to cooperate because it knows we don't have a window that we can open over here. So, it wants to keep me cool in here and not sweating.
And I'm sitting in front of the open window.
And you got the open window. Yes, that's right.
The 1-1, this is chopped on. This will be played by Knight. The throw to first in time. And it's the Scott Knight show so far here in the second.
Gobbling them up. The human vacuum cleaner over here. Love it.
2 away for Brandon Washburn. Two outs with nobody on here in the top of the second. We're still scoreless. The first pitch to Washburn, low and outside for ball 1. The 1-0. That's down the middle for a strike. You can actually see that the wind must be moving that camera somewhat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I try and lock them in as much as I can, but
We may have to get us some better mounts. 1-1 pitch. That's in the turf and to the backstop for ball 2.
when it works, you spin them on, but they never do spin on perfectly, and you can't keep spinning it, or you
Yeah.
want to, risk stripping it out. So I loosen it a little bit and then tighten the nut on the bottom, and it's got a little bit of movement to be able to grab. But
The 2-1, that is cut on. That'll be played by Knight. The throw to first in time. And it's the Scott Knight inning. 5-3, 5-3, 5-3. And the Timberwolves go in order in the second. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Raiders at Reves, Pruitt, and Graves. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game going on here. Now, if the Raider bats can come to life, that inning definitely looked much better for Carter May.
oh, man, I'm still thinking of that dessert, man.
Hey, he went a 10 pitch inning.
So we could go. Technically, it's the wife's dirt cake. I just follow the recipe, and hers always tastes better because it's made with more love, than mine.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, then it's got to be Monica's dirt cake.
Or my brookie.
Not too much on brookies. Usually those things are really, really rich.
It is, yes, very rich. It's peanut butter cookie with chocolate brownie, and then take the rest of the peanut butter and daub it in with the chocolate. And
it sounds scrumptious, but God, it sounds really, really rich. I like sweet as long as it's not too sweet.
Well, the dirt cake's it's just as rich.
I mean, I think I'd go with the dirt cake.
Yep.
Interesting thing is on Wednesday night, I'm coming home from church, and I'm thinking, I really would like some cake. And so I'm like, where can I get cake? HEB. So I'm going to HEB. They got those single serve.
Yep, the red velvet
cakes.
My
I like
wife
it
loves red velvet.
Get the yellow cake with the chocolate frosting on the other one with the carrot. I love carrot cake too.
Cake. Yes, that's my
But
go-to.
I talked myself out of the carrot cake and went with the yellow cake. But the thing is, just going in for that, Jonathan.
Yeah, only
$70 later, I walk out of the store. And
See, that's why you never go in hungry.
I wasn't really hungry. I just wanted some cake.
Okay, so you want something crazy rich. Okay, I got you. Sopapilla cheesecake.
Oh, that sounds good.
Sopapilla cheesecake. It's really good.
Adolfo Rives makes his way to the plate, and he will take for ball 1 from Giltrap.
Yes, my lovely bride loves making those treats, and her brothers eat it up. Like, it's my birthday, you're going to make me my own serving, right?
That pitch way outside for ball 2. Well, I'll be making banana pudding on Saturday, Jonathan. So,
okay.
You'll have to put Monica to work on that dirt cake. And you may say, you're trading what? That pitch in for a strike. The 2-1, that's outside for ball 3.
Had that little delay again, did the home plate ump there, Kevin. I was like, ooh, don't call that. It was way outside. Don't start that.
Carson Pruitt on deck. The 3-1, swing and a miss on a pitch outside. And the count works full.
It was a hitter's count. No fault in going after that one. Just comes up empty.
The payoff pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for Reves.
All
That
right.
is the first strikeout for Giltrap on the night. That'll bring up Carson Pruitt.
Talking to Pruitt, he's, man, I got to hit Tuesday night. I'm going to continue it on. I said, let's see it.
Well, he got the hit last Friday night versus Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
A bases clearing. This is hit out to center. This will drop
There
in
it
for a
is.
base hit.
He is a man of his word, folks, as he says, I'm going to keep it going. I said, you get after it. And there you go, wasting no time at all, jumping on the first pitch and sending it right back up the middle.
That'll bring up Adrian Graves.
It's probably Bury.
Number
14 would be
number
Bury.
3 is at bat.
And if, we do have the courtesy runner, number 14, Joe Bury, coming in for Carson Pruitt, who is the starting catcher.
Definitely better speed.
Yeah. Same stature, taller, same stature. Both of them are built like linebackers.
First pitch, high for ball 1.
But Pruitt definitely the slower of the two. Ooh,
that pitch right down the middle of the pipe.
Yeah, it was right there.
1-1 the count. Of course, our regular press box crew here tonight, Mr. Don Miller, Ms. Kathleen Forsell, myself, and Mr. Jonathan Kaspar. That pitch in for a strike.
Now in
1-2.
Fourth year together, I think, right? Fourth.
Yeah.
My 5th year broadcasting, but I don't think all 4 of us were up here when I started. I think it's.
Yeah, she was. The 1-2. This is poked out to right. Catharia in on it, makes the catch, and that will do it for Adrian Graves. F9. We're out number 2. We'll bring up Scott Knight. Knight, the 9th batter in the order.
Yeah, and Scott's starting to get the bat rolling this year. Starting out a little slow through the first 6 or so games, and here lately he's been able to put a few hits in there and build on that. He's obviously great defensively, holds down the hot box over there, hot corner and third base very well.
That pitch high and inside tonight for ball 1. Good having turf fields, as you saw on Tuesday night. Cedar Park's new turf field, and of course Rouse's new turf field for this year, part of the 22 bond package. 1-0. This is cut on and hit out to left. This is going to be caught by Tanner Richardson to end the Raiders' second. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. After 2 complete, we're still scoreless.
Well, great
Here at
contact.
Raider Field.
Great contact from both Scott Knight and Adrian Graves, but just coming up empty as they hit him right at the defenders out in left field and right field, respectively.
New up for the Timberwolves in the 3rd. Back to the top of the order, Schneider, Camacho, and Cuevas.
Yeah.
So, don't know if you noticed this, Jonathan. Tuesday or last week when we were here, there was 2 different colors of green out there in the center field fence. You know, they had a sign out there that said 381. It's no longer there. They replaced it, and so Jaime said that
Well,
they replaced it today, earlier today.
replaced it with what?
With the same color green. So it was a lighter color green that was out there.
No, it's gone.
The center field fence. Yeah,
Right.
the 381 is gone.
That's what I'm saying. Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought you were saying they replaced that part. I'm like, dude,
no, well, it was mounted to one of the panels that they replaced.
Okay. So we lost our center field measurement.
Schneider makes his way to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to short his first time up. Carter May back out on the mound to pitch the third. We do have activity in the Raider bullpen. Schneider calls time, and we'll step out and reset.
And again, Colby Driscoll.
Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1.
Well, actually, that's Driscoll there, who was, the dugout's in my way. I can't see.
Slider down and away for ball 1. You don't think they were warming up? Camacho on deck. The 1-1 pitch, that is fouled off for strike 2.
Just a little piece of that one, well off the end of the bat and fouled.
Yeah, Camacho helping out his on deck fielding percentage.
Cooper Camacho.
Yeah, don't lose my bungee cord. That is hammered to center. Thompson underneath it. He'll make the catch, and that will do it.
Once again, the wind-assisted lack of of distance on these fly balls.
Thompson says, Mr. Schneider, have a seat, please. Camacho comes to the plate. He's 0 for 0. He drew a walk his first time up. Made it as far as third and was left stranded. This is hit foul down the left field side.
Bounces over the foul, over the left foul fence there, and into the collection area for the.
The lights are on here in Leander. The 0-1. That is fouled off for strike 2.
Well, and that actually sees Carson Pruitt make his way over. I don't know. No, I wonder if the ball maybe hit Camacho.
Oh, after he hit it?
Yeah, because that seemed to be like a Pruitt, hey, let me go over here and talk to Carter, and then Coach Huffman calling him over as well. Oh, okay. I figured to hit somebody because Kevin walked away a little bit there too. So, yeah.
0-2 the count to Camacho.
It's a little professional courtesy there.
May from the windup. That's high and outside for ball 1. And that packaging tape that's holding that window in place, it catch a glance of the light, and it makes me think, gosh, is there lightning going on?
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's not really doing much at all.
The 1-2. Swing and a drop third strike. Pruitt has it. The throw to first in time, and that will do it. K2-3 on the putout. 2 away for Hudson Cuevas.
Yeah, again, mentioning earlier, Hudson Cuevas really, really impressed with him defensively Tuesday night as he was absolutely covering what seemed to be first base all the way past second base and just making every single play.
He's kind of got a similar build to
Rainer Heinrich.
Little Nerner.
Yep, I said the same thing. I mean, they just he reminds me a lot of Nerner, as
Swing and a miss.
Except Rayner doesn't miss balls like that. He freaking sends those screaming.
Drops a changeup in there. A little off-speed action. Kyle McClure on deck. The 0-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Cuevas 1 for 1. He singled.
Well,
back in the
down, slowed him down. Now we go with the high heat.
1 down and away.
Well, they got the setup for away for sure.
The 0-2. Breaking ball cut on and missed for strike 3.
And as he said, low and away, and that was the pitch, and he ate all the way as he was just trying to send that.
They go in order in the third. On to the bottom we go. We're still scoreless here at Raider Field in Leander, Texas, on the campus of Rouse High School.
Yeah, we've had runners on both innings so far, so we'll see if we can continue that and trend and see if we can get a runner on early and bring them around. You know, obviously both teams getting runners to third base, but coming up empty. Not able to plate a run yet. So I think Rouse having the best opportunity is Mason hit that double out to over the head of Cayenne Catharia. And Arribas not able to score as he was.
No, it wasn't Arribas. It was
Caro.
Caro. Yep.
Yeah, Christian Caro. Sorry. Yeah, Christian Caro. One of those lefties, you know.
Right. Griffin Giltrap back out to pitch the third. Due up for the Raiders in the third. Thompson, Caro, and Solis. We're back to the top of the order. So a little explanation what Coach was telling me about.
Yeah, on the not sending
about not sending Mason. He said Mason had already started to slow down, and Mason's not as fast as you think he is.
He doesn't know how to drop it
and
back in low gear.
He kind of struggles to start and stop.
I got you.
And so
okay, so that's
he said he felt really confident that we'd be able to get him home because we only had 1 out at the time.
Yep, it's great recognition then on the part of Coach, and that's what you love to see.
That was his reasoning and his explanation. A pitch down and away. That he was able to check his swing for ball 1.
Asking for the appeal was Washburn, and safe call from the field umpire.
Giltrap from the windup, the 1-0. That gets the outside corner for strike 1. So the Raiders dedicating their 2025 season in the memory of my sweet bride, Norma Francis. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And, of course, wearing the teal ribbon decal with her initials on it. Of course, we have another great survivor sitting right next to me, Miss Kathleen Forsell, a breast cancer survivor. The 1-2.
Oh, just helping and get a piece of that one to stay alive.
And, of course, her and Norma connected, and she was an inspiration for Kathleen. The 1-2. That is cut on and hit over to short. That is played by Mansfield. The throw to first. Pulled him off the bag, and Thompson will leg it out.
That's why we hustle, folks. That is exactly why we hustle, and do not give up on any ball that is in play. You never know when
that will be an infield hit, as there was no error on the play. The throw was made, catch was made. It just pulled him off the bag. That will bring up Christian Caro. Caro 0 for 0 with a walk. Jacob Solis on deck.
You know, Michael, Kathleen also got her curls back.
Yes, she did. Look at that curly hair.
Got that curly hair.
That pitch outside for ball 1. You know, I hated to see Norma lose her hair, and it went down to the back of her knees. It was that long, but she always wore it up in a bun, and so people most times didn't know that she had long hair because she always wore her hair up. This is popped up. This could be playable. It's in foul territory, but McClure able to get to it, and he will make the catch as he pops up in foul territory at third for out number 1. But it was so cute when her hair started coming back in, and it wasn't real curly, but it was wavy.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was taking selfies, and there's some really cute pictures that she took, and just seeing those curls. And Jacob Solis makes his way to the plate, and she made me a video. Sent me a little video via text. That is
great job. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. There you go. Jacob Solis
nice.
just poking at that one and finding its way through the hole between first and second as
Nice hit and run call.
Yeah, Cuevas was going to cover the bag with Connor breaking to get the steal, and just an excellent piece of hitting from Jacob Solis.
Runners on the corners with 1 out for Mason Gonzalez. Mason Gonzalez with that double back in the first.
Yeah, Michael, that is exactly how Coach Krimpine would draw that up day in and day out on that hit and run, is where you can suck the second baseman over to cover in case there's a throwdown and move him defensively. And then Jacob pops his shot right where he would have been standing.
This is hit out to center.
Tag him up. There it is.
There's the tag, and the throw home will not be in time.
And Mason got a little. Oh, never mind.
Nobody's covering.
Nobody's covering.
One run scores, a sacrifice fly to center by Mason Gonzalez. That's 2 away. F8 to center. So what I was going to say, she sends me these little videos via text, and so she was making one before she was headed into work. And it's just real cute with that wavy hair, and she does this look at it, and she goes, "It's baseball time in Texas. I love you, honey." That pitch down and away for ball 1 to Andrew Sanchez.
That's saying all the time in our best Michael Francis voice. Love it.
Baseball time, Texas.
The 1-0 throw down to second.
Got him
in time.
That was so close. He actually had a really good slide on the outer half of the plate. And
that'll go 2-3, caught stealing to end the Raider third, but they give 1 run on 2 hits. And they don't leave any, but the Raiders now lead it 1-0.
Luckily not waiting till the 8th inning to plate that first run, as we're able to get it in the third, and once again consistently getting runners on the bases each of the first 3 innings. So finally able to squeak one across, and Carter May makes his way back out. Defensively, no adjustments or changes made thus far for the Raiders. I did. We'll see if, depending upon how this game goes, but Brody Sharp has been cleared to play now. Brody Sharp, one of the catchers.
Oh, he has been cleared.
Yes, so we've actually got now all of our catchers that were preseason, 2 of which
I did see him.
He was geared up
in the warm-ups.
Yeah, I talked to him as I was setting up the cameras, and I'm like, "Whoa, you're geared up today." He goes, "I'm clear," with a big smile on his face, and he goes, "I don't know." I said, "He goes, I'm gonna try to make my way into the game." I said, "Well, that's if Coach lets you get in the game." He goes, "Yeah." I said, "He's gonna ease you in. You're young, right? He's a freshman."
Right.
And there was some promise and good talk on his part, preseason and early, and then he got a slight injury, and he's been working his way back from that. And
due up for the Timberwolves, McClure, Alonso, and Mansfield.
We'll see if he's able to come in and maybe get an at-bat, possibly, because he was definitely cleared to hit prior to throwing and such. So
May from the windup. First pitch, that is cut on and hit over to third. Knight has it. Throw to first in time.
Ball hog. Oh.
One away. Number 14, Damian Alonso, makes his way to the plate.
Now that's the Damian Alonso.
First pitch to Alonso.
Way out of that one.
That was some nasty right there out of the hand of Carter May.
Yeah, that ball barely made it to the 3 feet in front of the plate, and he was already offering at it.
May wants Pruitt to come to the.
Having a hard time seeing the call look like.
The 0-1. That is hit foul down the first baseline for strike two.
Falls into an 0-2 count early.
The 0-2, swing and a miss for strike three. That's two away. And Carter May has really settled in since the first inning.
Lining them up and knocking them down is Carter May. And love to see him getting downhill with this pitching. And
Owen Mansfield is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the first. And he will take for a strike on the outside corner. Cayenne Catharia on deck. The 0-1, swing and a miss for strike two.
So I'll tell you, Michael, I told you I was running a little late getting up here because I was out in the parking lot helping to get into Carter May's truck because he left his keys in his truck. I see his dad and Jordan Camorn's dad.
That is cut on and hit over to short. Solis has it. The throw to first in time. And the Timberwolves go in order for the third inning in a row. 6-3 on the putout. On to the bottom we go.
Yeah, I see them over there trying with Slim Jims, and I'm like, you got another one of those? And he hands it to me, and I start going in. I say, I'll get you in. And of course, it's a little bit different style than what I'm using than the Dodge products that I'm used to that I worked on for so many years. And then we got in there and wedged the windows and got in there and was able to knock the lock open and got him into his truck, found the key,
Well, maybe you missed your calling. Maybe you should have been a locksmith.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. So I tell his dad, I'm going to give him grief because you got to make sure to call him out for that, on the pregame or during the broadcast. I said, oh, don't think I won't. I will definitely make sure that everybody hears about Carter May. And listen to this. He had extra keys in the console, in the truck, locked in with his regular keys. Yes, good job, Carter May.
There you go.
But I told him, I said, hey, man, your dad's not going to, and I didn't think he had already been told that that we got into his truck. And he's like, oh, thanks. I said, no. Your dad said he's going to only call the locksmith if you have a good game today. I want to see a no-no. Now, of course, there's already been a hit, so the no-no's gone. But he's having him a good outing, so.
Due up for the Raiders in the bottom of the fourth. Sanchez, Rodriguez, and Pruitt. He was at bat when Solis got thrown out, so he gets to come back. Griffin Giltrap back out on the mound from the windup. The first pitch, that's outside for ball one.
Rookie home announcer over here.
I know. Yeah, Rives helping out his on-deck fielding percentage. And the rookie Don Miller making a veteran mistake. Oh, wait a minute. I got it backwards. That fouled off and out of play for strike one.
Hey, that is the That's an error on the. That was going to be the.
That's an EPA.
HFA, right? Home field announcer error.
No, it's the error on the PA, on the public announcer. That pitch outside for ball 2. 2-1 to Sanchez. Pitch way outside for ball 3.
And once again, reading the scouting report on Andrew Sanchez is do not throw him inside. But obviously not really getting anything close to even be offered at by Andrew, as those have all been well off the plate.
The 3-1. This is
And like I
hit
said,
into left field, and he pitches him inside, and he takes it to the fence. He rounds first and is headed for second, and he will have an easy stand-up double.
Nice to see this young man hitting again. Gets to be announced twice. Rivas.
Adolfo Arribas, and Coach Huffman is going to call time, and
Adolfo Rivas.
Got the echo going on. And Coach Huffman going to make a trip out to.
He is, and we have not had any activity as of yet, but that didn't seem to
looks
change.
Like he's ready to hand the ball to.
Yeah, that was a very deliberate walk out there, and heck, even Giltrip met him halfway down the mound as if to hand him the ball.
How tall Giltrap is when he's next to other players.
Well, McClure is very tall as well. Now, granted, he's standing on the base level versus up on top of the bump, but Kevin already approaching to walk up and say, "Hey, let's button this thing up, man."
So now that it's dark outside, I'm sitting there looking at this ball a little more. You can see glints of light just coming off of it. So, man,
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely some shininess going on.
There is. Thank you,
some
Christina
bling.
Diaz. I know she worked tirelessly on this. They did a bunch of small basketballs for the girls because Lily plays basketball. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1. A little generous on that call.
It was a little generous, wasn't it?
And so it was just so beautiful. And they had invited me to the game, and I saw them there. And I go, oh, I would love to have one of those in a baseball. And Christina said, I will make you one.
Oh.
That pitch outside for ball 1. The Diaz crew is awesome. Really supported me since Norma's passing. Of course, Veronica and Norma were very close friends, and Veronica visited us about a week and a half before Norma passed and came and prayed with us. That pitch way outside for a strike. And got to pray with us and got to visit, and it was a good visit. 1-2 the count to Arribas. Giltrap comes set, the 1-2 pitch.
Don't you dare call that.
That was a strike.
Give him that far outside and still give him that inside. Come on, Kevin.
He gets caught looking.
Man.
And he called 2 strikes that were way outside.
They were definitely off the plate, yes, sir. And that's that lefty thing again. I'm telling you, it's always the. That's why it's always one of those you just gotta crowd the plate as a lefty to cover. More times than not, they get that outside pitch called against them.
Carson Pruitt comes to the plate. He takes for ball 1. He is 1 for 1 with a single.
Tell you what, it was a great mound visit from Coach Huffman.
Oh, it was a strike.
Yeah, that was a strike. That was pretty pitch. That was
okay.
Definitely on the plate. Very, very corner of it.
Just happened to be looking down. Giltrap comes set. That pitch
tried to go back after
it. I'm surprised he didn't call that a strike.
Yeah, he tried to go back, but that was definitely out off the plate. But again, that's the difference between a righty batter, lefty batter. It just is Just so inconsistent with what can be called.
1-1. Adrian Graves on deck. 1-1 pitch. Gets the outside. Wow, his strike zone's getting wider.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, even Pruitt asking, man, was that caught enough for the plate out of the strike? It's like, yeah.
1-2. 1-2 pitch.
You got to swing at that, right? You got to offer at that pitch just because you're scared that it's going to be called a strike. And
line to first for out number 2.
yeah, a little bit more on that flip of the wrist, and he could have potentially gotten that over Damian Alonso. Again, a very tall player over there at first as well.
Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. Throw back to second, not in time, as Sanchez dives back in safely.
Good job of recognition there by Andrew Sanchez.
Graves 0 for 1. He flew out to right his first time up.
Yeah, sent it for a good ride.
That pitch in for a strike.
Yeah, Kyan Catharia covering a lot of ground out there in right field earlier with that shot from Adrian Graves and able to come up with it.
The 0-1, that's outside for ball 1. Scott Knight on deck.
Play-by catcher.
Yeah, it was a great stop there from Washburn, keeping that ball in front of him. Or that would
Well, he's got good speed.
Yeah.
Washburn's got good speed. He flashed his speed on Tuesday night. From the stretch, the 1-1 pitch. That gets the outside corner for strike 2.
I mean, he's going to call it.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. So
that
Graves,
wasn't outside. That was
that was a good strike. That was a good strike
yeah.
call. But Graves making that adjustment. Now you see him getting in a little tighter to the plate.
The 1-2. That's outside. Washburn tried to sell it.
Yeah, he did. And almost did.
But the ump said, I'm not smelling what you're stepping in. I'm not buying what you're selling.
Couldn't smell what he was cooking.
Couldn't
pick up what he was laying down.
There you go. This is popped up. This could make it. Catharia is going to get to it in time.
Yeah, get down, ball. Get down, ball.
And that will end the Raider 4th. They get no runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. And on to the 5th we go. Due up for the Timberwolves in the 5th. Catharia, Richardson, and Washburn. That is your 7, 8, and 9 hitters.
Yeah, once again, Rouse able to get runners on and not able to bring another run around, but still holding on to that 1-0 lead. Again, defensively, no adjustments as would be expected at this point in time in the game.
Nicholas checking in. Let's go Raiders.
And Carter May, thus far, as we have 4 innings completed.
Well, his last inning was only 7 pitches.
Has 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, has allowed only 1 hit on 56 pitches, 37 for strikes. Giltrip, 4 innings, allowing 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk on 69 pitches, 43 for strikes. So both having very good strike to pitch ratio. Of course, Carter May with 13 less pitches through 4 innings.
Catharia 0 for 1. He grounded to third his first time up. Catharia will call time and
And
step back out. We do have a couple getting loose.
should be Cooper.
I think Cooper's on the outside.
Yeah, Cooper's
That pitch outside for ball one.
and Jacob signs. Yeah.
The 1-0. That's down the middle for a strike.
15 and 34. 34 Jacob signs. 15 Cooper die. Both getting warmed up.
That pitch in for a strike, too.
There we go.
1 and 2, the count. It's decision time for Kyan Catharia. That pitch high and outside for ball two, and that will leave it up.
As one of my former co-workers at the dealership for so many years, Beverly Blum from New York, would say, "Here we go."
The 2-2. That is fouled back out of play.
We'd get her going, and that New York accent would come out. "Here we go, my daughter, my daughter."
Yeah, we have a lady at church. Her name is Grace, and she's an older lady. She's got fiery red hair, but she's from the Bronx. And she has that heavy New York accent.
Oh.
That pitch way outside for
that
ball
one.
three, and the count goes full.
That one got away from him there. Yeah, I got one of my good buddies, former New York firefighter, retired firefighter, New York firefighter, and he definitely has that.
That pitch outside for ball four, and Catharia will draw the walk.
Anna Richardson representing the number 8 batter for the Cedar Park Timberwolves. So 7, 8, and 9 will be seen in the start off.
May up to that point had retired 9 in a row.
Yeah, and this lower part of the lineup is definitely the ones you want to go after. You don't want to walk these guys, you know.
That pitch high for ball one.
Now it looks like he's just trying to overthrow, maybe a tad. Starting to get outside of that form and outside of what has
And Coach Crimp is going to
worked
call
so
time.
well. Yeah, and again, with only a 1-run lead, you want to see a tight pitching performance here. And what are you doing? It looks like he has that approach as he comes up. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go get these guys. It's 7, 8, and 9 batters. Yeah. Jacob signs and Cooper die. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're. It's giving me heartburn, Carter. That was my Coach Crimp impression there. Yeah. Get back on the mound so I can talk to you.
1-0 the count to Richardson. May from the stretch. The 1-0. That's down the middle for a strike.
There we go.
And that will even it up. Die. Still working in the bullpen. The 1-1. This is a bunt. This will be played by May. The throw to first in time. Will be a sacrifice bunt for Richardson.
almost was able
Almost
to bunt
get to
that
it
into the air.
into the glove, and then that would have been a double play because Catharia was well on his way to
Oh yeah,
second
and
base.
Carter did everything he could to get to that. He stabbed at it and just not quite able to get the glove underneath it, shy of diving. Right, that'd be about the only way that would have happened. But you don't want to do that and hurt yourself.
I'll
Land
bring up
awkwardly.
Brandon Washburn. He is 0 for 1. He grounded to third his first time up, and he will take for a strike.
Okay. A little gentle nudge from coach seems to have righted the ship here for Carter as he's come back with multiple good pitches in a row here.
May comes set. The 0-1. That is cut on and hit back up the middle. This will be played by Solis, and there will be no play. And now we'll put runners on the corners, and that'll be an infield hit.
Yeah, I think the only way that we would have gotten him had Carter been able to get to that ball, but it was just out and just left of Carter May, and with him, obviously after pitching, moving more to the right side of the field, not able
We have
to
a
come up
pinch
with
runner
that.
coming on. It looks like number 9.
Yes. Number 9 for the Timberwolves is going to be Connor Norris.
That'll bring up Bryce Schneider. Schneider's 0 for 2. He is grounded to short and flown out to center.
Ooh, almost got
yo-yo.
him.
Almost got him leaning.
Almost got him leaning as he dove back in late. Did Connor Norris over at first. Yeah, again, as Miss Catherine Forsell just pointed out, we do have that double play alive here with the middle of the infield. If we can turn a double play, and now Carson Pruitt calling the runners on the corner play. If they elect to give Connor Norris second.
This is fouled off for strike 1. This is fouled off.
Right off the inside of his foot, too. That's not going to feel good. As he tries to walk it off here. And that's why you see a lot of the batters will wear a shin guard and little foot guard, similar to what you see the umpires wear that behind home plate and help protect that foot.
0-2 the count to Schneider.
Because more times than not, after you did it one time, you have a tendency to do it over and over again. And it just keeps hitting that same spot.
Breaking ball. This is cut on and hit up the middle. It'll be 1 and 2.
Oh, not in time.
Not in time, and that will bring home a run.
So close. It's quick flip there from Jacob Solis and handled nicely from Caro, just not able to get the speedy Schneider as he ran down the line really quickly.
Fielder's choice for Schneider.
So back to an all-square game again here with 1 run apiece and now 2 outs. First pitch fouled off.
For a strike. And that run that scored was a walk.
It was, and it was, again, that's not the person you really want to walk when you're looking at the bottom end of the lineup. You really want to go after those guys. And
throw down to second will not be there in time. And Schneider will pick up a stolen base.
And that was called a strike. Nice. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I watched the pitch, but I was watching then for the throw versus.
May come set. The 0-2. That is fouled off.
Ooh, just a little piece of that one. It's almost swung under that pitch and caught just enough to be able to foul it. Oh yeah, there was a little argument there whether that second pitch was in fact a strike or not.
Breaking ball outside for ball one.
Heard some folks talking about, well, he had a hard time throwing him out because he was digging it out of the dirt. Should we tell that guy that they don't have dirt on this field? It's brown turf. Get it right.
Well, for the legalist, yes. I'll still make that mistake. The 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike three.
Here we go.
And that will do it for the Timberwolf fifth. They get one run on no hits. They leave one. And after 4.5, it's all knotted up at 1.
Here we go again.
Due up for the Raiders.
Where?
Knight, Thompson, and Carl.
Now is this?
Giltrap back out to pitch the fifth. You see any other defensive changes?
I do not. I was actually looking. Yeah, that's still Washburn. Catcher looked a little bit different than what I was used to, and no, I wouldn't suspect that we're going to see any. That's still McClure, Owen. Yep, Cuevas.
Everybody's on.
Amy and Alonzo, yeah.
McClure's at third.
Yeah, still number 5, McClure. Schneider just coming in, so number 3, Bryce Schneider.
Crimp making his way to the coach's box.
17. Nope. No defensive adjustments here for the Timberwolves.
Knight makes his way to the plate.
And again,
Thompson on deck.
Knight, his first plate appearance, hitting a nice shot, but just right at the left fielder.
That pitch way inside for ball one.
Of course, Knight not moving at all.
Knight 0 for 1.
About getting a base runner.
Flew out to left his first time up. Giltrap from the windup, the 1-0. That pitch gets the outside corner for a strike, a fastball. One the count.
Ooh, there was the pitch
right there for strike 2.
Great pitch to pull the trigger on, and
off speed.
Scott watches it in for strike 2.
The 1-2. That pitch outside for ball 2. 2-2. Wind has died down a little bit. The 2-2 pitch, that's outside for ball 3, and the count works full. Get out of battle here. The payoff pitch. This is
sky towering fly ball.
Infield fly, and McClure will make the catch.
Yeah, that was up there for a while. That was make any punter envious with that hang time.
And he had to swing. It was a strike regardless.
Yep.
That will bring up Connor Thompson. Thompson, the Lone Raider run to come in.
I believe that was after getting a hit.
It was an RBI single from Jacob Solis. The 0-1, that's outside for ball one. 1-1 the count. Caro on deck, the 1-1 pitch. And Thompson shows bunt.
Oh, and throws it away.
And
Speed kills.
Thompson will get there.
Speed kills. I'd call that
I'd call that
hit. I'm going to call that a hit just because, again, the speed of Connor Thompson forces Giltrip into really getting a throw quicker than what he would expect, just because he sees how fast Connor's getting up the line. And, the ball, I don't know that the ball necessarily beat it, really. I mean, even if it had been fielded cleanly by Damian Alonso, that still could have been a bang-bang play. And great job by Connor Thompson thinking there. And when you got the McClure was back over at third base, and that is always a green light for a fast runner. Challenge him. Not quite able to get it up the third base line, but still effective nonetheless.
Giltrap from the stretch. 1 on with 1 out. That pitch way outside for ball 1 to Christian Caro. Caro is walked and popped up the third.
But now comes the pressure again. Back on Giltrip to
He's still got a huge gap out in left center. Pitch high and outside for ball 2.
And yeah, still nobody up. I've yet to see anybody up in the Timberwolves bullpen.
The last time they brought
Damian
Schneider in, relief of McClure. Well, not relief, but he just came in the 8th inning. Yeah, I guess you consider that relief. That pitch high for ball 3.
Yeah, Schneider came in from position, then so did Damian Alonso from first base came in to pitch as well. He's the only one that didn't return back to his spot as he exited, and McClure stayed in his spot after starting the game pitching.
Giltrap comes set. The 3-0, that's in there for a strike.
Very delayed call from the umpire on that one, even though it was a definite strike.
3-1. Solis on deck. 3-1. This is
great idea.
Hit foul down the left side for strike 2. Full count. Payoff pitch coming up. That pitch catches him looking.
What are you thinking on that? As that was just right down the middle. He's ready to throw his bat, thinking he got the walk, and great pitch. Yeah, great pitch.
He strikes out looking. That's the 3rd strikeout for Giltrap on the night.
Of course, you didn't catch it there, Michael. Connor Norris keeping the
dugout
fielding percentage at 1,000. And he was hustling, boy. He was getting it up that line to go get that foul ball from the bat of Christian Caro.
Mason Gonzalez on deck.
And just like you said, the little 3-quarter slot delivery from Giltrip makes for an even wilder throw over to first base as he tries to catch Connor Thompson sleeping.
Jacob Solis is 1 for 2. He takes for a strike. He has singled and flown out to right. This is a
Go foul, go foul, go foul.
foul fly ball down the right field side, and it'll fall harmlessly foul for strike 2. Nothing at 2.
Yeah, a bit behind here. Jacob Solis. Seeing if he can find him a little hole like he did last at bat.
Boy, if he can get him one that would go down that left field line right there, down to the fence,
Oh, yeah.
the way Sanchez did earlier, that would be
Yeah, with
that
Connor's
would drive
speed.
another run. Throw to first, not in time.
Got him. They said he tacked him in the.
Oh,
behind.
that was a terrible call. That was terrible.
And there goes. No. Sorry, unable to get that one on camera, but not that it would have had a good enough view for us to be able to see the replay there. So
Well, his hand was on the bag, and he tagged him on the
in the butt. Yes, he did.
Oh, well. All right. On to the 6th we go. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. No, they don't leave 1. I got to fix that.
Yeah, and Jacob Solis will get to return since he was picked off while Jacob was at the bat. And it's like we've got, is it Cuevas will be starting us out, or is it going to be McClure?
I will tell you, it will be Cuevas.
Cuevas and then McClure, yep. So both of them are walking out.
Due up for the Timberwolves, Cuevas, McClure, and Alonso. That is your 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Connor May back out to pitch the 6th. First pitch to Cuevas.
Wow, low. Yeah, I would say that was low.
I don't.
Right
I'd say that was strike. But the umpire agreed with you. So there you go. That pitch high for ball 2. This is hit out towards center, left center, and Connor Thompson will get there. We got a guy.
We got a guy. Sent that one for a ride. I mean, he absolutely teed off on that one, and it did send Connor Thompson back quickly, but no harm, no foul as he rested underneath that easily for the out.
That'll bring up Kyle McClure. McClure is 0 for 2. He is grounded to second and third. Swing and a miss for strike 1. May has the sign. The 0-1. That gets the outside corner. A breaking ball for strike 2.
Breaking pitch is working very well for him tonight, whether he's throwing it at the batter and breaking it in or starting at the plate. And
the 0-2.
There it is.
Another breaking ball.
Just like that. Just 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and
2 away.
Lining them up and knocking them down is Carter May, and finding his second wind here.
That is strikeout number 6 for May on the night. That will bring up Alonso. He has walked and struck out. He will take for ball 1. Swing and a miss for a strike. Owen Mansfield on deck. Oh, Don's talking donuts, and here I'm
Oh, my
hungry.
goodness.
Oh, my goodness. Don't get
They
caught.
did that to somebody for their birthday or something? Or?
To protect them from hail.
Oh.
That pitch in for ball 2. 2-1 the count to Alonso. The 2-1 pitch. That's low for ball 3.
Go get him. Again, another one of these guys that just has not been able to show that he can keep up with the fastball, and really would love to see Carter go right at him. And
that pitch inside for ball 4, and May gives up his 4th walk on the night.
Get now right here, bud.
oh, hey, looky there.
May from the stretch. That pitch down and away for ball 1 to Mansfield.
That is actually
Cayenne
back to
Canaria
Bryce
gets
Schneider. Bryce Schneider.
The 1-0. That's high for ball 2. Alonso staying close to the bag. That pitch down and away for ball 3.
Quick little visit over there to get a little mental reset here for Carter May is Mason Gonzalez.
3-0 the count.
We are actually getting a little activity in the Cedar Park bullpen as Bryce Schneider getting loose with the weighted ball.
The 3-0. That pitch gets the inside corner. It might have been a little high.
It'll just, I mean, it's been called. It has been called, so that's.
That is cut on. That'll be hit over to short. Solis has it. Throw to first in time, and that will do it. 6-3 on the putout of Mansfield to end the Timberwolf 6th. They get no runs on no hits, and they leave 1. On to the bottom of the 6th we go. Due up for the Raiders, Gonzalez, Sanchez, and Arribas.
Solis. Solis will start us off because he was still on.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
He was still on.
So Solis,
hit that
Gonzalez,
back when
and Sanchez. I'll take that.
Thompson got picked off, and yes, I absolutely love the 3, 4, 5 batters. And Giltrip has made his way back out for this 6th inning.
What's his pitch count at?
He probably is getting up against it, I would think. 86 pitches through 5 innings. So, he's 24 away from
What's Mays at?
shutting it down. And Carter May, 93, finishing the 6th. So,
Yeah.
But again, as you said, posting up 4 walks, but he is outpacing the walks with the strikeouts at 6-4. And again, allowing that 1 earned run as that was represented by one of those 4 walks in Cayenne Catharia.
Solis 1 for 2. He has flown out to right and singled.
Don't you dare.
He did. That pitch called a strike. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2. We got a new pitcher warming up.
Not
Die. I think it's
Cooper Dye,
I think
15.
it's Graves. The 0-2.
Don't do it.
That's high and outside for ball 1. Looks like Graves.
That would be correct. Adrian Graves is now up, warming up. So we've had
The 1-2. That's
Kaspar.
outside and gets away from Washburn
Oh, we don't have anybody on.
for ball 2, and that will even things up. Mason Gonzalez helping his on-deck fielding percentage.
Tell you what,
And the wind has picked back up.
my knee is definitely not caring for this cooler weather. That's for sure.
The 2-2. Wow, he called that a strike just a second
called
ago.
that a strike many a times tonight. And once again, these batters are just allowing that pitch to go by over and over again. And
The payoff pitch, that's outside for ball 4, and Solis will draw a leadoff walk.
did you see how far he missed that pitch?
Yeah.
Washburn set up way inside on that, looking to expect it inside, and then it actually, again, goes further out than anything is up to this point, you know?
Raiders have the go-ahead run on board for Mason Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 1 for 1. He has doubled and sac flied to center. Andrew Sanchez on deck. Giltrap from the stretch. That pitch high for ball 1.
Nana, we need you here.
Nona.
Nona.
No,
Sorry.
don't make that mistake. Gonzalez shows bunt and lays off for ball 2.
And we got Angels in the outfield over here and left. He's Richardson is out there.
Giltrap has only given up 2 walks on the night. Gonzalez shows bunt. He lays off for ball 3. And of course, McClure playing
Crashing.
in.
Yeah, crashing
Crash.
very hard on that is. Of course, with 3-0, I would just stand there and not even, I mean, other than you're putting something in there to just mess with the eye.
That
Oh, wow. That
he
was,
didn't call that. I call that a strike.
I looked closer to a strike than some of the other things we've seen.
Back-to-back walks for Giltrap, and that is going to
probably
bring on a visit from Coach Huffman.
And again, Schneider was the one warming up earlier. Bryce Schneider out in center field.
How many pitches is he up to now?
He would now be at 96. So he's had 10 pitches so far and only seen 2 batters and walked both of them. So 2 strikes and
Giltrap was ready to
10
hand him the
pitches.
ball, and he did.
Yeah.
That'll be it. And it looks like Alonso may be coming on in relief.
Yeah, Alonso's running.
Going to get another glove.
Swap out his first baseman's mitt for his pitcher, but what do we do?
See who comes in for first.
I haven't. Okay, about to say there goes Giltrap walking out, so he will not be going in at first. We know we saw McClure at first on Tuesday night's game, so will somebody else come in to play third? is, of course, the question.
Yeah, because McClure may go to first, and then
Right, unless they have, again,
I'm trying to remember who played third the other night. Let me look to see who was playing third. I will tell you. Cooper Camacho, who's been the designated hitter.
Hey, what's going on, my man?
How are you,
Mr. SB?
Yes, Mr. Espinosa.
Kevin Espinosa making his way in. And
it's been a while since I've seen you.
Okay, yeah, we do have a Jack Doss lookalike over at third.
27.
Number 20, 27, which is Brooks Beauford. Balford, probably Balford. Bouffard. Balford.
Beauford? I'd say
Beauford or
I'd
Balford?
say Beauford. I wouldn't say
Beauford the first time. Could be
I would probably call that Beauford.
Beauford, Balford. Brooks. There you go. Brooks. It's Brooks.
Brooks Balford.
No getting that one wrong.
Brooks Beauford.
Brooks does come in, and again, we did already get to see the Raider offense has already had an opportunity to see Damian Alonso, as he did come in as one of the 5 pitchers in relief in Tuesday night's game.
Also, Balford is going to first.
Okay, so it is. McClure is staying at third, and Balford. He was standing at third a second ago, but I guess he was just doing that to get some warm-up throws in. And so, okay. So Brooks Balford at first in place of Damian Alonso is coming to pitch, and Kyle McClure does stay in his resting spot at third.
And Nona said, I'll take that. I'm trying again. I'll take that. He'll take the walk.
Take a walk, hey.
That'll bring up
juju is working from Nona.
Andrew Sanchez.
Oh.
That pitch is strike.
Yeah, rounded the bunt and sort of stabbed at that one, trying to get it down, and as it was a little bit up, but still not. I mean, it would have been a strike regardless, but not able to get that bunt down. There it go. That's a great bunt. Great bunt. Oh, gets off the bat.
And that'll load the bases. An infield hit.
Great piece of hitting or bunting, as it were, from Andrew. The speed demon, Andrew Sanchez, is absolutely getting it up the line. And here Michael Francis is always calling him slow. Oh, I think that's all of us that have said it. We've never called him, we've never used the word slow. We've just said he's not the fastest of the runners for.
What is it? Oh, my goodness. Let me see that.
Glenn beat Liberty Hill, folks.
At Glenn High School.
Oh, my goodness. Well, hey, we said
and how the mighty have fallen.
We said that they were capable of getting some wins.
Enriquez at the plate. He is 1 for 1. That pitch fouled off. Bases loaded with Raiders and nobody out.
And now a 1-1 count.
1-1 count. Got it. Pruitt on deck. The 1-1 pitch. That's high for a ball.
A little up, but man, that had a lot of
movement on it, but it was high.
English on it.
Alonso from the windup, the 2-1. This is fouled back out of play, and that will even the count at 2. The go-ahead run just 90 feet away. As he swung at ball 3.
Check swing foul.
But he fouled it off. So
it was definitely going to be an attempt at a check, but was able to pop it, which is fine. I mean, stays alive.
The 2-2.
Oh, wow.
Breaking ball.
Got
low
down low, yeah.
3.
Ended up being low, but another lot of movement on his curveball.
The payoff pitch. That's low for ball 4, and that will walk a run in.
Walk one in. Had this been one more inning, it could have been a walk-off walk.
Bases loaded for Carson Pruitt and no outs.
And the infield has come in order to cut off that play at home.
Man, that was a fast game between Glen and Liberty Hill.
Yeah, it was.
We're coming up on 2 hours, and we're in the 6th.
Which is still pretty quick compared to what we have seen lately, but
yeah, and here I told Coach before the game started that I don't think anybody can take Liberty Hill that's left on their schedule.
Looks like Heights is.
I was proven wrong. Way to go, Glenn.
Yeah, it is. Jake Spates has made his way into pinch run for Andrew Sanchez. Get a little bit more speed in scoring position if we are able to get a hit here from Carson Pruitt. Of course, his first at bat, he offered at the first pitch and drove it out in the center field.
Happy for Coach Darling to that pitch way outside for a strike.
These guys cannot hit that pitch. Of course, Carson Pruitt slapping at it his last at bat because of those pitches, and again swinging at what is an outside pitch. And gosh, so again, let's see the adjustment. Crowd the plate, Bubba. Get in there so you can reach out and be able to make contact with that pitch.
The 0-2. This is line to.
Double play.
Now he's back safe. So it was.
Oh, did he get back?
Yeah, he
nice.
Got back. That'll be an L6 for out number 1.
So again, line drive right at Owen Mansfield, who snapped through over to McClure at third, but diving back.
That's
and getting there was
Nathan.
That's his
second line in a row. He lined to first, and he's lined to short.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He had to swing at that, that outside pitch his last at bat that popped it straight over to Damian Alonso, and
that pitch in for a strike.
But luckily, only recording 1 out there. Still keeping the bases loaded.
That pitch in the turf for ball 1.
What's funny is look at Jake Spates and the lead that he's getting over at second with the infield in. Nobody is keeping him on, and he is literally halfway down the line as the pitch comes.
That pitch down and away for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch, that's down and away for ball 3.
Wow.
3-1.
Where Damian Alonso was doing a great job on that last batter, Pruitt, keeping it right on the outside edge and getting that strike call. Now he's just having a struggle.
That is chopped on foul for strike 2, and the count goes full.
Hitter's count there on that 3-1 does see
Comorn on deck.
Okay. For Scott Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Little pitch hit.
The payoff pitch. That's low for ball 4, and that'll walk in another run. It's 4.
Jordan, come on.
Jordan, Nord.
That'll bring up Jordan Comorn with Connor Thompson on deck.
Yeah.
Nona working her magic. Yes, she is.
She is doing a great job. Got that good juju going.
Juju's. Why does that make me think of goodness gracious, I'm going blank. Wild Thing. Major
Ricky
League.
Vaughn?
Major League.
Oh, you're thinking of Joe Boo.
That pitch and for a strike to Colmore.
Don't ever mess. Very, very bad. Mess with Joe Boo's run. Oh, swing. Big swing and a miss there.
0-2.
Jordan Camorn looking to find him a way out there into the field and bring in a couple more runs, but swinging comes up empty.
Alonso will step off and reset. He has walked in 2 runs. The 0-2, that's way outside for a ball.
It's a little bit quick pace there. You'd like to see him, if you're Coach Huffman, to just settle down a little bit here. And
1-2, that's high for ball 2. 2-2.
Just so animated up there as he's just so quick at everything he's doing and, really having a hard time controlling these pitches.
2-2. This is cut on. The throw will be home.
He was juggling the ball. Now they're gonna get together on this. No call has been made yet. He juggled the ball and his foot was off of home plate, but did he gather safe? Yeah. He did juggle the ball, and when he did pick it up, I believe his foot was even off of home plate.
That will be a base hit, RBI for Jordan Colmore.
And again, you had to be a very quick play from Owen Mansfield out at short as he received that ball off the ground and just a quick throw that did not get straight to Washburn. He had to pick it up off the ground and was not able to field it cleanly. Of course, Huffman comes over to voice his displeasure with that call. And again, we swap.
So we have 2 RBI walks.
Rotate positions.
Rives draws an RBI walk. Graves draws an RBI walk.
Jordan Camorn. Again, difficult to say whether you call that a base hit or not. That's fielder's choice, but at the same time, mishandling of, bad throw.
Count, do better. This is hit foul down the left field line for strike 1, and Connor Thompson.
Made our way back to the top of the lineup here and really want to see Connor Thompson get him a shot here.
Notice says thanks. Thanks, guys. And everybody know that Nona's magic is working.
Is working very nicely.
Alonso will deal that one in the turf for ball 1. That'll even it up 1-1.
Again, you pointed out that right center gap is massive over there as Schneider's cheating to left field.
That pitch in for a strike. 1-2.
Cayenne Catharia playing not quite middle of the right field.
That in the turf. Caught myself for ball 2.
Brown turf. It's okay. It's okay.
Two and 2, the count to Thompson. Alonso from the windup, the 2-2 pitch. That's outside.
Great hit from Washburn, too.
Ball 3, and Alonso's body language is.
I told you, he's really, really, really quick, right? He's not got to take a deep breath. Look at that. He's just immediately like.
Full count. The payoff pitch. That is fouled off as Thompson spoils a good pitch.
Connor Norris is getting warmed up in the bullpen there for Timberwolves. Did I get that right? Number 9, Connor Norris. Yep.
You did.
Got him down. There it is.
Swing and a miss, and that will do it for Thompson.
Finally able to record the second out. of the inning here. Again, after 3 runs have come in.
Carl has walked, popped up to third, and struck out looking. This will be the first lefty that Alonso has faced.
And if Christian Caro is able to get on, we will have
Pitch
batted around in this
in
inning.
for a strike. Well, we have batted around now. He's the 9th batter of the inning. The 0-1.
Oh, pull the trigger, buddy. Pull
0-2.
the trigger. Anything close here, bub? Anything close?
Pitch outside for ball 1.
Do not leave it in the hands of the umpire.
Solis on deck. Bases loaded with 2 outs. That is hit foul.
Little hesitant move to keep the dugout fielding percentage for Cedar Park alive as the player there watched the ball go past him and sort of looked at it and looked back and saw nobody else was actually moving. So he's like, oh, I guess that's me.
1-2.
There it is. There it is. You
Catch
got to be
him looking.
swinging.
He's struck out looking.
You got
wide.
to be swinging on those. They're just too
Back to
close.
back. Alonso picks up 2 strikeouts in that inning. 1 looking, 1 swinging. But the Raiders get 3 runs on 2 hits, and they leave them loaded. On to the 7th we go. Raiders leading this one 4-1 over the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Due up for the Timberwolves, Cayenne Catharia, Tanner Richardson, and Brandon Washburn.
And
That's your 7, 8, and 9 hitters.
Cooper Dye has now come in to close this game out here for your Rouse Raiders, which means that Carter May's night is over. Carter May goes 6 innings, allowing 2 hits, 1 earned run, with the 1 run that was on due to a walk. He did strike out 6 and walked 4 on 93 total pitches, 58 for strikes. So again, really good outing there. Still want to keep those walks down to a minimum, but when you're able to outpace the walks with strikeouts, that's always a good thing, right,
Mm-hmm.
Michael? So again, 6-4 there. So really 2 solid outings in a row here for Carter May, and honestly, good outings ever since, Liberty Hill in week 2. Well, I guess that would be the last 2 outings, right? Because this is week 4, so. Cooper Dye also coming in relief of Carter May in the game against Hayes. Doing a great job out of the bullpen. And Cooper Dye, another very animated pitcher, right? Very, very deliberate, very, in everything he does, and just real animated, real fiery guy coming in out of the bullpen for Coach Crimpine.
Cayenne Catharia makes his way to the plate. He has walked, and he has grounded to third.
All right.
And he came around to score. He is the one lone Cedar Park run. That pitch low for ball 1.
And even Carson, it's like, wait a second, that same things that were being called against me, was that low? And there was a nod from Kevin.
That pitch gets the outside corner for a strike, and that will even it 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's that?
Makeup call.
Yeah, that was definitely a makeup call there. And Carson's like, that's better. That's better. Call those things.
The 1-1, that's high for a ball 2.
So close. More activity.
Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Colby Driscoll warming up, and Jacob signs.
The 2-2. This is fouled back. Man, look at Tanner Richardson helping his on-deck fielding
Yes,
percentage.
he is. Mr. Angels in the outfield.
Do you see him barehanding that?
Oh,
Breaking
ring him
ball
up,
catches him
baby.
looking. Catharia knew it.
Yes, he did. Great job, Cooper Dye. Of course, Timberwolves now down to their last 2 outs. Try and make something happen here offensively, or they will be going home swept.
That pitch outside for a ball. Richardson is grounded to third, and he has a sacrifice bunt to his credit. Pitch low and inside for ball 2. Brandon Washburn on deck.
And once again, 7, 8, and 9 batters. There we go.
That pitch strike.
There we go. He just was a little high and then a little low at the first 2 pitches and able to find the sweet spot in the middle there for first strike against Richardson.
This is hit over to short. Sleaze has it. Throw to first in time, and that will do it for Richardson. 6-3.
And now their last out.
Down to their final out, and Washburn is 0 for 2. He is grounded to third and to short. That pitch misses outside for a ball. Die from the stretch, the 1-0. This is hit out to center field. Thompson in on it, and he makes the catch, and that is your ball game. The Raiders have swept the Timberwolves as the Timberwolves go in order in the 7th.
Able to win the Cedar Park Timberwolves for the first time in
as far as I can remember.
You know, the last
we've been swept and we've split, but this is the first time that we've swept them.
Well, what we split
that I
in
can
21.
recall in a while.
We split in 21, and then we got swept in 22 and 23 and 24.
Yeah, so
you know, it was just they seemed to own us during the regular season.
Them and Liberty Hill, we've always struggled against these 2 programs, and what a contest this was. A great pitching battle between Griffin Giltrap and Carter May. And Cooper Dye coming in to finish it off. And
yeah, and you know, Giltrap going 5 innings, allowing 5 hits, 3 strikeouts to 3 walks. You know, so again, not really able to outpace as Carter May did, and always great to see that. Couple little hugs there between Cedar Park guys and Rouse guys as they all these guys have seen each other grow up from years and years of ball, T-ball to coach pitch to, you know, travel ball, you know, and it's, you always love seeing that where, you know, yeah, they're rivals, right? They're rival teams, but they're still friends in the end, right? Known each other probably forever. And, you know, quick recap here. You know, again, Giltrap going his 5 innings. Alonzo, 1 inning worth of work. He did allow 2 hits, but again, the 2 walks to his 2 strikeouts did see a big change there as Alonzo comes in and takes the loss for the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Offensively or defensively pitching, Cooper Dye finishes it off, going 1 inning, getting 1 strikeout, no walks, no earned runs, no hits, with his 12 pitches, 7 for strikes. Offensively, 23 batters coming to plate for your Rouse Raiders, getting 7 hits, bringing in 5 runs on 5 walks and 5 strikeouts. Best outing for them was 2 for 3. Andrew Sanchez back into the swing of things, going 2 for 3 and not bringing in any RBIs, but definitely keeping the bases going here and getting on the base path often. Only 1 error recorded in this game, and that was on the Cedar Park side. So, again, great job there defensively for the Raiders, and that is always the difference for these guys, win or loss. How well are they working defensively, and are they keeping the walks down to a minimum?
Yeah.
And ever since the Liberty Hill series, they have done just that.
Veronica says, way to go, Rouse. Thanks, guys. Nona says, great job, Raiders. And Michelle says, way to go, Raiders.
No, great job, Nona.
Yeah, great job, Nona, working that magic tonight,
Working
Nona.
the magic.
So you know what the expectation is. It's on you
Yes, ma'am.
the rest of the
Yes,
way.
sir, and yes, ma'am.
Oh, man, the happy final here tonight. 4-1 Rouse. Be with us next week as Tuesday night we will face Leander.
Home.
I believe that is correct.
Yep, and then that series next week is
That's 3
not
games next week.
Yeah, and that is the Good Friday next Friday.
No, Easter's on the 20th. It's the following Friday.
This is the 4th only.
Because
So
we'll
11,
face-
yes, 2 weeks.
We go down the whole series of L's, going next week Leander to Lehman and to Lockhart.
There you go.
And so next week we will have 3 games on tap for you.
And
2
handing
games
out
versus
the-
Leander and a Saturday game versus Lake Belton
Another L.
at Lake Belton.
Another L for them.
So yeah, we're in the L part of the of the season.
So we're going to be handing out the L's, folks, is what that means.
Yes, absolutely. We're
Handing out
handing
the
them out.
L's.
So for Jonathan Kaspar, I'm Michael Francis. Thank you all for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball. Good night, everybody.
Good night.